If you like what I do, consider joining my channel or donating to my coffee. Links in the description. Brazil. It's a country I don't know very well, but I do know a few things about it. It's huge, it's home to the Amazon rainforest, and it has Christ the Redeemer, the giant statue of Jesus in Rio de Janeiro. But there's something else Brazil has. A surprising number of Metroidvanias. Recently, someone commented on one of my videos and asked if I'd make a top 10 list focused only on Metroidvanias from Brazil. I wasn't even sure there were enough to fill a full list. Hey, eu sou Metroidvania Guru, e este é o meu top 10 de Metroidvanias do Brasil.
Number 10.
Odallus, the Dark Call, comes from Joymasher, a studio based in Brazil known for its love of retro action games. And this one might be their most iconic. You play as Haggis, a battle-worn warrior fighting through cursed forests, icy caverns, and demon-infested ruins in a world that feels ripped straight out of a dark fantasy NES classic. The game blends old-school precision with modern exploration, giving you branching paths, hidden upgrades, and secrets tucked into every corner. What really sets it apart is its atmosphere. The heavy music, grim tone, and gritty pixel art make the whole adventure feel like a lost cartridge from an alternate timeline where 8-bit games were allowed to be brutally metal. Does Brazil even like heavy metal? Let me know in the comments.
Number 9.
Dandara Trials of Fear comes from Long Hat House, a studio based in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and it remains one of the most original Metroidvanias ever made. Instead of running and jumping, you launch yourself across walls, ceilings, and platforms in fast, gravity-defying bursts that make movement part of the game's challenge. The world of Salt is surreal and dreamlike, filled with strange characters, political undertones, and a haunting sense of resistance against oppression. The pixel art and soundtrack work together to create a mood that's both melancholic and empowering. What truly sets Dandara apart is its movement system, which transforms every room into a kinetic playground and gives the game an identity no other Metroidvania can replicate. And it's loosely based off of an actual historical figure. And you really can't beat just how fun it is to zip through this world as fast as you can.
Number 8.
Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo comes from Pocket Trap, a studio based in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and it's one of the most charming and inventive MVs out there. You play as Pipistrello, a tiny bat kid armed with a magical yo-yo possessed by his aunt's soul, don't ask, that doubles as a weapon, triples as a grappling hook, and quadruples as a whole bunch of other traversal tools. The game has fast platforming with light puzzle solving, letting you swing across gaps, pull objects, and smack enemies, all with a toy made for children. Its world is colorful, goofy, and full of personality, with each area introducing new tricks that keep the yo-yo mechanics fresh. I love how playful the game is. Every puzzle is a little toy box challenge designed to make you experiment, improvise, and smile. Seriously, if you haven't played this game yet, now's the time to right that wrong.
Number 7.
Sophie, Starlight Whispers comes from Youth Gaming, a Brazilian studio based in Pipistrello, Sao Paulo. And it delivers a very narrative-rich Metroidvania with some really cool magic spells. You play as Sophie, a young girl navigating a dreamlike fantasy world called Sharon. The game has gentle platforming and large areas to explore full of collectibles, but its real strength is its magic system. Some of the spells Sophie uncovers are absolute game breakers, and it's fun to see what you can get away with. The fully Portuguese voice acting, retro pixel art, and fantastical environments give the world a warm, intimate texture. And the game has a lot of yapping, but I think the story's pretty good and has a really good payoff.
Number 6.
Adventure of Samsara comes from Elix Games, a studio from Sao Paulo, Brazil, working under the Atari label. And it reimagines the spirit of the original Atari adventure. You know, the game where you're literally a square. But now, it's a fully modern Metroidvania. And it was the only Metroidvania with the cojones, the huevos, to come out the same day as Silksong. You play as the Solar Champion, a long-dead Plutonian resurrected by the sun's primordial light and tasked with reactivating an interdimensional fortress to restore balance to the multiverse. Just like the game on Atari? The game combines classic 2D action with an interconnected world full of hidden upgrades and mutant bosses. Its pixel art is striking, its lore is cosmic and mysterious, and its narrative twists around themes of death, rebirth, and memory. What I like about Adventure of Samsara is how it honors the original adventure through subtle references and secrets while still delivering a bold, modern experience. And get this, Adventure in Samsara just announced that they got an update coming that adds a new boss and new areas. So, if you were interested in the game, now's the time to finally check it out. Also, hashtag not sponsored. I just really like the game and think we all should support it. Go check it out or watch my review. Or do both. I'm not the boss of you.
Number 5.
Elderand comes from Mantra and Synergia Games, two indie studios based in Brazil, and it delivers a dark, gothic experience with a heavy focus on combat and atmosphere. You play as a mercenary exploring twisted forests, corrupted temples, and nightmarish ruins filled with Lovecraft-inspired creatures. The game leans hard into RPG elements, letting you choose weapons, stats, and builds that genuinely change how you approach each encounter. Its pixel art is detailed and grim, with environments that feel oppressive and nostalgic for any 80s fantasy movie fans out there. What really sets Elderand apart is its combat weight and customization, giving you the freedom to craft a playstyle that feels personal while still keeping the world dangerous and unpredictable. Plus, there's a lesbian vampire and look at this snake man!
Number 4.
Momodora Moonlit Farewell comes from Bomb Service, a studio based in Brazil, and it's the culmination of everything the series has been building toward for over a decade, which is kinda cool considering the series started as a cave story clone. You play as Momo, a high priestess warrior who embarks on a divine mission to save her people from imminent destruction at the hands of the demon hordes summoned by a malevolent bell ringer. The game blends fast, responsive combat with graceful movement, letting you dodge and counterattack with a rhythm that feels almost dance-like. The world is gorgeous. Lush forests, moonlit temples, and big booby fairies in a beautiful beach-like biome. Moonlit Farewell has incredible art direction and animation. There's just something incredibly cozy about Momo's world, despite the fact that every enemy hits like a truck and wants you dead on sight.
Number 3.
We got another one from Bomb Service, boys! Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight is the game that truly put the studio on the global map. You play as Kaho, a priestess traveling through a cursed kingdom swallowed by corruption, where every step forward feels like pushing against a city that's already lost hope. Combat's fast and snappy, built around quick dodges, tight melee strikes, and lots of healing. The world's melancholic and beautiful, filled with tragic characters, somber ruins, and a lot of non-linearity, for the early game at least. What sets Reverie apart is its tone. A blend of sadness, mystery, and quiet determination gives the entire journey a haunting emotional weight. And you get rewards for no-hit runs on bosses. And I think that's neat.
Number 2.
Raider Kid in the Ruby Chest comes from Kakariko Games, a small Brazilian studio with a huge love for classic Game Boy style adventures. You play as a young explorer diving into ancient ruins and puzzle-filled chambers in search of a mysterious talking Ruby Chest's key. The game blends old-school combat and platforming with modern sensibilities. Its charm comes from how playful and silly it is while also staying true to a tight Microvania formula. You just gotta love Raider Kid's retro authenticity. It feels like a lost game from the golden age of handhelds, but with modern polish and a ton of heart. It takes that 90s game feel and wraps it up in a cool Game Boy frame. Literally.
Number 1.
Unsighted comes from Studio Pixelpunk, a Brazilian duo that delivered one of the most inventive and anxiety-inducing Metroidvanias of the last decade. You play as Alma, an android racing against a world-ending countdown as the androids she cares about slowly lose their consciousness and become unsighted. The game's fast and stylish combat lets you parry, dodge, and chain attacks in a way that feels incredibly fluid. And the non-linear exploration, chock full of sequence-breaking moments, makes the game infinitely replayable. But what truly elevates it is the time system. Every character, every friend, every shopkeeper is on their own ticking clock, and your choices genuinely determine who survives. But if you really hate timers, you can turn it off. But please don't. You'll miss out on one of the most powerful parts of the game, and that experience is a big reason Unsighted earned the #1 spot on this list. And there's my top 10 Brazilian Metroidvanias. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. And let me know in the comments what country I should focus on next. Until next time, later nerds.